The following is a presentation of Paola Sports Live. It's time for Panther Sports. On your new home for Paola High School athletics, Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group. Hers Incorporated. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. And Miami County Dance Movement. This is Paola Athletics. On your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live. And good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to week number 8 of the high school football season here in the great state of Kansas as we settle in for a big-time Frontier League matchup between the home team, the Paola Panthers, the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A, and the cross-county rival, the Louisburg Wildcats. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me is Q Harris as we settle in for this night of high school football on a cool, brisk, it ought to be football, and it is kind of weather as we get ready for this one. Always been looking forward to being a part of this big rivalry, one of the great rivalries in Kansas, and we're going to get to watch it here tonight on Paola Sports Live. Of course, the Panthers coming off a good win, 31-26 over the Eudora Cardinals last Friday, a game where they did struggle at times. I think Eudora had a pretty good game plan for the Panthers, but ultimately Paola able to hold on and come away with the victory as they advance to 7-0 on the season, and because of a loss to Bishop Miege, or from Bishop Miege, move up to the number 1 spot in Class 4A. A good ball game for Giovanni Blackie as he went over 200 yards on 30-plus carries, but averaged about 9 yards a carry. He's averaging about 9 yards a carry on the season, really having a fantastic junior year. Of course, quarterback Garrett Williams had a couple of interceptions in that ball game, had an interception in that ball game, but came up big when they needed him down the stretch to get the win over Eudora. As for this Louisburg team coming in at 4-3, they're coming off a game against Ottawa where they dominated in that contest. No real challenge for them in the win over Ottawa, and they have lost some games, won some games, probably about where they should, won the games they should, lost the games they maybe shouldn't, and this would certainly be in that shouldn't category. However, everybody keeps telling me it's a rivalry matchup, and in the rivalry, throw out the records, throw out the number 1 ranking, 7-0 against 4-3, forget about it, and it could just come down to execution a little bit, and then maybe some emotions. We'll see if that plays a factor in this ball game. A grind-em-out kind of team in Louisburg, a grind-em-out kind of team in Paola. This game may be over in an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes out tonight. We are looking forward to it. We talked to Coach about the Eudora matchup, and obviously we talk a little bit about this Louisburg matchup as well when we get started here on the pregame show. Pregame show is brought to you by our good friends at Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, where they are committed to providing quality health care to families in Miami County. That's a new building right there by the Price Chopper, just as you come into Louisburg on 68 Highway. Beautiful facility. It is veteran-owned, and I got a chance to meet the owner, and super neat guy. Really appreciate their support and look forward to a long-time partnership with Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. It is a state-of-the-art facility, really nice, and looking to take care of everybody in this area. Comprehensive approach to oral care, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. And, of course, as you can see there at the bottom right of your screen, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Be sure if you do, you tell them that you heard about them on Paola Sports Live. We'll take our first break. We come back, we'll hear from the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpett, when we return on the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this regular season finale as the Paola Panthers welcome in their cross-county rivals, the Louisburg Wildcats. Joining me now, the head coach of the Panthers, Mike Dumpert. And Coach, before we talk about Louisburg, let's go back to last Friday and a really good matchup with Eudora. You said they were going to be good. You said they were young, but on the come, and boy, did we get a chance to see that. As you kind of went back and reviewed that ball game, what proved to be the difference, and how were you guys able to hold on to get the win?
Luckily, we ran the ball really effectively in the second half, and the two things that did for us, besides give us some points, is it kept their offense off the field. We had some serious breakdowns in the second half in our secondary that led to some real easy scores, and what I attributed to was lack of eye discipline. We tended to not read our keys, but get staring in the backfield. Anytime you start doing that, play action will get you, misdirection will get you, and it did. And as I was warning our kids going into that game, by week 7, execution's pretty good, and everybody's ran their stuff. So if you make a mistake, typically it really hurts you at this time of the year, and they did. And credit to them, their kids played extremely hard, played smart, and we were lucky to come away with a win.
Yeah, it was kind of, I mentioned in the broadcast, a little bit of a taste of your own medicine in that they were dedicated to the run, but when they decided to pass, it was effective. Certainly you guys are used to that because it's kind of what you do to teams. On the other side of things, defensively, I felt like they gave you probably your best challenge to date on the defensive side of the ball. What were some things that they were able to do? Now, obviously you guys have been able to run and still were able to move the football and stuff, but everything's relative. Up to this point, I felt like they gave you your best challenge. What were your thoughts on that, and how what were they doing to kind of throw you off a little bit at times?
Well, they crowded the box.
Right.
We ran for 400 yards.
Right, I know.
we ran for 400 yards. But they crowded the box. They slanted, ran a lot of stunts up front, and that was part of it. We had several opportunities early where we play action them and just missed wide open kids. That could have really changed the game at that particular time, but you still got to be able to hit the pass. We got behind them and just didn't do it. The big thing was that we missed on our passing game when we had several opportunities to big plays. Then the other side of the coin is that they ran the ball well enough to keep us keep our offense on the sideline. Right. That was really it, more than anything.
It was funny because we had talked last week in our pregame about the possibility that sometimes you guys have an advantage because you've been so dominant and maybe just mentally have a little bit of an edge on some teams when you get off the bus. It felt to me like you might have had that, but then Eudora absorbed that first kind of blow that you guys gave them, and their energy level went through the roof, and it kind of became like, okay, game on. When that happened, when you guys didn't jump out to an early lead like you normally do, what was it like in your huddles, and how did you feel like your team responded to that a little bit of adversity when you guys haven't had a ton of it this year?
I was pleased with it. They scored first. We were behind, and the next kickoff, we took it down the field and answered.
Right.
And one thing I've been very proud of with this team, we've done that repeatedly over the years. When Migo scored on us, we answered. When Tongi scored on us, we answered. So I like that aspect of it. I didn't particularly. That first touchdown was a great ball. It literally happened. I was standing on the sideline. The kid caught it literally about 5 feet in front of me, and that was just a really well thrown ball and catch. And they practiced too, and great execution. The other two was just us absolutely blowing assignments, and that's a little bit. I know our defensive coordinator was really upset with that. I was upset with that. That is the type of, maybe week one you kind of accept it because it's early in the year, but week 7, that's a big red flag for us. So we've spent a little bit more time, and obviously with our secondary this week.
Do you feel like they recognize what the problem was and are ready to apply the solution?
I think so. But we thought we had identified it prior to that. But we hope so. The big thing is they just got too aggressive in the run game. Yeah. Our safety decided that he wanted to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. And, he did one time, and everybody went ooh and ah. And, the other 2 times when they pulled it, they scored on us. So, we had to work on that a little bit, settle him down a little bit. And then our corners just didn't have a great game. Could all be to do with the quality of their wide receiver. But I just didn't think our kids played very well, in fact, as well as they have prior to that.
Right. At this point in the season, though, you don't need another game like an Ottawa game. You need a tune-up game like that, one that kind of keeps you guys focused. Do you feel like they gave you the challenge that you guys got better in that ball game?
Oh, no doubt about it. The best thing about it was facing a team that was under center.
Yeah.
And anymore, that is a rare thing. And it's hard to tell kids how much faster it hits than the shotgun stuff. And it should really help us for this week. Because, Louisburg's an old wishbone team, and, anytime you run a wishbone team, it starts with the fullback. Right. They get the fullback going, it could be a long night.
Talking to the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert, here on the Dr. Lohr's Orthodontics and Iron Horse Dental pregame show. We'll step away, take a quick break. We come back, we'll turn our attention towards the Louisburg Wildcats and talk to Coach about what it means to be ranked number 1 in the polls going into week number 8. We're back in 2 minutes. You're watching Panther Football on Paola Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Lohr's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we continue our talk with the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert. And Coach, one of the big things that happened this week, you guys move up in the polls to number 1. I know you don't care about that kind of stuff, but is it something you do address with your team to make sure they don't get caught feeling so good about themselves that they forget to play?
This is literally what I told the team. The only poll that matters is the last one. And all it did was put a bigger target on your chest.
Right.
That's it. Right. But we don't get too caught up on that. You got to worry about who you're playing this week, guy. And I think our team hears that message. I think the struggle last week and the lack of focus made my message more clearer for them. That you're not so good you can't get beat, and we trust me, the Louisburg Paola game, forget the scores, forget the records. It doesn't matter. It's two teams are going to get after each other.
Yeah.
Our kids are fully aware of that.
Okay, so let's look at Louisburg. They've been up and down. They've played basically the same schedule you guys have played, and they've lost a few, but they've won a few as well. As you kind of prepare for them, what do they bring to the table, and what's it going to take to get a win?
Very sound defensively. I think personally they're the best defensive team we've played so far. So we're going to have to execute well to move the ball, and we're going to have to be able to throw it and run it. We're going to have to do both. We're going to have to be a little bit multiple, hit them outside, hit them inside. So we know that the execution side of the offense is going to have to improve than what it was last week. Second thing, defensively, you got to get them off the field. The one thing the wishbone does, it just grinds the clock away.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you're used to getting the ball 60, 80 snaps. You look up and you only get it 35, 40 snaps the whole game. And they're very good at what they do. They understand what they can, who they are and who they aren't, and they don't try to do things they're not capable of doing, and it makes them very difficult. It makes a hard preparation, and they're going to test your manhood. Anytime you get a wishbone team, you're going to have to defeat a block, take on a lead blocker usually. And we know that. We know that we're going to have to be disciplined and squeeze space like you do against any option team. But you can't stand around and let the wishbone take the fight to you. You've got to fight it. You've got to meet it. And this is what we call a free aspirin game. We know it. We know it's coming. The kids know it's coming. I told my linebackers, if you're a linebacker, these are the games you want to play in.
Right.
Because we're going to get a lot more action than watching them drop back and throw it over our head.
Right. You talk about embracing the grind too, and I kind of felt like that. Week 7, you're kind of at the end of the first half of the season. If you're going to be on a playoff run, which I feel like you guys are going to be, now you've turned the corner. You're on the other side of the hill, and it's a mad dash. I mean, I know you've been through that a few times. You kind of talk about those kids like this will be over in a blink of an eye. So embrace it and be ready to roll because this thing's going to come at you faster than you expect here down the stretch.
Right, exactly. We do. We tell them how fast to get in and how difficult. Once you get past this game, once you get into playoffs, how difficult it is to win a game because you're ending somebody's season. Right. And kids fight hard to not let that happen. And you gotta relish every win that you get. But yeah, this is literally the term I used is the start of the second season. Yeah. Tonight.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Every game's big. Every game matters.
Well, as a guy from Southeast Kansas, I know every year I paid attention whenever Paola played Louisburg, and I'm just honored and thrilled to be a part of it in a small way, to be able to watch it and broadcast it. And I'm looking for a good show. It should be a lot of fun. Appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, BJ.
Head coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumper, joining us here on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. We'll take a quick break. Kickoff coming up next. It's the Panthers and the Wildcats on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Are you ready for a new kind?
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter, male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers, we have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back here live to Paola High School. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this one, the Paola Panthers and the Louisburg Wildcats. Paola just taking the field a moment ago. Pretty good fireworks display on display here inside the venue. And certainly in regular years, this place would be pretty packed and people would cram in here. And unfortunately this year that's not going to be the case. But fortunately we will have it for you. And hopefully you get a chance to cheer on your team. We've been very fortunate to be able to partner with Paola or Louisburg as well. And so broadcasting those games on our Louisburg Sports Live channel as we speak. Trying to get our clock a little sorted out. Had some issues there right before we got going. Should be a lot of fun. Again, these rivalry matchups, we mentioned it. We'll probably talk a lot about it, but rivalry games, you just never know how things are going to go. I felt like, and talking with some other people, that perhaps the Panthers were a little flat last week at Eudora. And when you played some games and you beat up on some teams, and it's just natural human instinct. What would Kevin Malone say? It's only human natural. Get your first office drop in the first before we even get kickoff. That's I don't know if that's a sign of good things or bad things to come in this particular broadcast, but we are getting fired up for it. Opening kickoff brought to you by our good friends at Hers Incorporated, the area's Bobcat mower dealer. If you're looking for a new mower, and this is a good time to do it, before you go to the big box stores, before you go anywhere else, be sure to go and check out Hers there, right by near the elementary school there in Spring Hill. Those guys are awesome. If you're trying to get your mower fixed up in time so that way you can just go grab it out of storage and get going in the spring, go to Hers. They can give you a full tune-up on your small engines. They also have you covered when it comes to hydraulic hoses and cylinder repair. Learn more at hersinc.net or call 913-247-3530. Louisburg, white clad with purple numbers and purple trim, and Paola in that all-black unis. Going to be fair caught about the 33-yard line. That's where things are going to get started here for the Panthers. And that's where this offense will get started here. Heavy run offense. They can pass it from time to time. But sometimes it seems like a little bit chip on his shoulder. Like, hey, they say we run all the time, but we do pass efficiently. That's his whole deal, is efficiently. And you got to be right. Run near side. Handoff for Giovanni Blackie, and he'll go across the 40. Blackie over 1,000 yards on the season. And it'll be a gain of 8 yards on the run by Giovanni. He had 215 yards rushing the other night against that Eudora team. You want to have those sticks in the screen. Don't be any lower than that, yeah? So people know if it's a first down or not. Across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. Opening drive of this ball game. Blackie a wing to the right side. Pitcher to the near side. Turn. Quarterback keeper. Bounce outside for Williams. He's got the first down. Cuts back. He's got some open field. Breaks off another tackle across midfield into Louisburg territory, but the ball came out. Garrett had a fumble last week. He may have had another one here. I think he did, and it's going to be – the official's not real aggressive to be on there. And they guess, I think, a little bit, but they give it to Louisburg. Coaches out at midfield. Coach Dumpert fired up on the near sideline, and I think he probably has a little bit of an argument. It wasn't real clear. I mean, no official ran in there to get in there and get a good eye on it. Everybody just kind of assumed it was down, and then a Louisburg player jumped out of there. So a good run by Garrett Williams, but a fumble. And, boy, you want to talk about rivalry matchups. That's one way for an underdog to get a good boost. 11:08 mark, and Paola already coughing it up. So Louisburg will start at their own 48-yard line. And they'll be moving from left to right here as you watch it. There you go. Shotgun set. Option keeper for the quarterback. He'll be tracked down, just never could get to the edge. Good hustle there, and I'm sure that's Garrett Williams feeling a little bit of pressure to come up, make a play, and he does. Not much of a gain there. Quarterback is Weston Gutterman. Gutterman, a senior, and Coach talked about in our interview just a moment ago about how they're under center, and Eudora was under center. It gave them an opportunity to see an under center team first play from scrimmage. Louisburg comes out and goes in shotgun for Gutterman, and he'll stay in shotgun, and they'll be spread out. Two wings to the near side, wide receiver near side, and one to the far side. Gutterman going to keep it straight away, come near side. He'll be bottled up just across midfield, drags the defender across up near the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3, but a penalty flag is down on the play. We'll see what they call here on the run by Gutterman. I think it's going to be against Louisburg. This will back them up. Again, Paola fumbling on the second play from scrimmage. I think it was two guys moving for Louisburg. And it will be – holding against the defense. No, it was holding now. Oh, and the two fouls, one against the defense, one against the offense. So holding against the defense was declined. And then illegal procedure against the offense. Huh. Curious as to how they declined that penalty. Wouldn't it be offsetting? The holding's a spot foul, so it'll back them up beyond the 45-yard line, in between the 43 and the 44. And they'll start the play clock as well and the game clock when they get it reset here. I need one of those guys like Mike Pereira or the other ones that all the networks have an effect. We're gonna make that happen. One of these times we're gonna make that happen. I'm gonna get one of my old officiating buddies to be on the call, and when I have one of these questions, which happens about 8 times a broadcast, and now Louisburg needs to call a timeout. Well, kind of a clunky start to this one. A fumble by Paola and then a penalties and confusion. But right now it's second down at about 14. We'll keep it right here. Good matchups across the state. Last game of the technically regular season. I always consider regular season a 9-game season. And I think we'll keep doing that. But it's they will seed the 16 teams in the East. 1 through 16, one will play 16, 2 will play 15, so on and so forth. Right now, Paola would be the number 1 seed. If they get a win tonight, they will assure themselves of that. Also on the line here tonight, the outright Frontier League Championship. If you remember, in Week 3, Paola played Tonganoxie, and I said this is essentially the de facto Frontier League Championship. It turns out I was right. Tonganoxie has not lost since. Tonganoxie's at Ottawa tonight, so they will stay with just that one loss to Paola. We'll talk more about some of the area matchups. Running backs on either side of Gutterman, wide receivers either side as well. Balance set, looking this way, passing, lets it fly. He's got his man in and out of his hands. That was a good play, good catch. Intended for number 25, Colby Cato. Cata, a junior running back, linebacker, but he was lined up kind of as a wide receiver there and straight. Don't be surprised if they don't test this secondary a little bit, as they got burned a few times last week against Eudora and really allowed Eudora to stay in that ball game. It was a close game, 31-26. You take about 3 plays out of that game, it's not close, but that's not how it works. You got to play them all. Third down and long. Gutterman lets it fly. He's got his man. It's intercepted. Is it intercepted? No, they're going to say it hit the ground. And it was underthrown pretty mightily. That was Brock Pitzer there to try to get that interception. It will end up being an incomplete pass. And for a team that's kind of run heavy, grind it, wishbone style, they do everything but. Sometimes we'll see coaches do that on the opening drive, trying to catch the defense off guard a little bit. We'll see if they go back to their more conventional offense after this. Punter for Louisburg, getting ready to kick it away. And that is Connor Vose. And it's going to be caught and down right there by Sloan. And that's where Paola. So the penalty, while not great, doesn't really cause much harm. And now Paola will have it first down and 10 at the 17-yard line, their own 17-yard line here with 9:21 to go in the opening quarter. They were moving the ball. They had 2 plays. The first play was an 8-yard run by Blackie, and I think the second one was about an 8-yard run by Williams on the one he fumbled. It got inside Louisburg territory. Kind of a 4-3 look here from Louisburg. They have the ability to pack it in if they have to. Overload near side. They'll run that way. Hand off Giovanni Blackie. He's off one tackle, breaks another one across the 25, up near the 27, 28-yard line. A nice pick his way through that. He is finding a way, and I think I mentioned this last week, to lean on those blocks a little bit, which if you can be close to the blocker, that gives that defender less space to tackle, and it makes the cut easier, and it makes the use of space a little bit better. It's a gain of 9 officially. They do not move the chains, but it's darn close to a first down. Panthers also take plenty of time. They either go super fast or super slow. There's not really a middle ground for them offensively. Turn, handoff again, Blackie. Breaks off another would-be tackle. He's got some open field perhaps, man. He busts out outside. He's going to the house. It's a gain of 8 on the run. Picks up another first down. He has touched it 3 out of the 4 plays in this ball game so far. And it will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Panthers across the 35 up to the 36-yard line. 8:35 and counting in the opening quarter. The Panthers would like to put together a nice long drive right here, bounce back from the turnover. They've had more turnovers in the last 2 weeks than they had the previous 6. Williams under center. Turn, keeping himself this time. He's got a couple of yards across the 50 and more. And it'll be a nice pickup up near the 42-yard line, maybe 43. They'll put it between and split the difference. It's a gain of 7 on the run by Williams. Yeah, this team, they average so much on the ground. It is impressive. As a team, they're averaging 7.66 yards per carry. It's pretty good. Looking to pass. Throwing it for Robinson. Williams is stroked as he threw that one by a good-looking cat for Louisburg. And number 59, Alec Youngren. Youngren, pretty good-looking player for them. Big fella up front. They don't have their weights and heights, which, again, in my make-believe roster 101 class that I'd like to teach someday is a requirement, but he's a pretty good-looking player. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Defensive jumps, but they don't get him to come across. It's aforementioned Youngren. And 4 seconds, they got to go. Now they're going to have to take a timeout. A little bit of jitters, oddly enough, here in week number 8 of this football season. I think that rivalry matchup playing a little bit of a factor in this one. We'll take a break. We'll come back, see what the Panthers have drawn up here on 3rd and short when we return on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
The band entertaining the masses here inside Panther Stadium. Hear that wind whipping around a little bit out there. And we are eternally grateful to be indoors for this one, opposed to last week. 3rd down and short, handoff. Black, he's got the 1st down, breaks another tackle across midfield, cuts back against Grain. He is running really well. In the first times he's touched that ball, it's a 13-yard pickup right there. He's got a little pop in his step right now. A 13-yard gain across the 45 up near the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Panthers from right there. Robinson will be the wide receiver to the far side. Pitzer the wing to the near side. Fullback's Adi has yet to touch the ball. The tailback is Giovanni Blackie. And the quarterback, of course, is Williams. Tight end is Carr. He'll be split to the near. He's not split. He's tight to the near side. And they kind of have it overloaded, everybody to this short side of the field. They'll run that way. Handoff, a little straight dive. Blackie's got some open running room across the 35. Got to make a guy miss. Stiff arm. Cross forward and up to the 30-yard line, 31 maybe, where he's brought down. But it's still a gain of about 13, maybe 14 yards on the carry. And Coach said that on the interview that, and I think I took this part out because we were running a little long, but when I talked to him that he's the best, Giovanni Blackie's the best kept secret in 4A, and that will be short-lived. He will make his presence and be well-known in the playoffs, and then he will be a hot commodity next fall, I believe. Turn, handoff, straight dive, Audi. He breaks through the initial line and then is stroked from behind, but it is a very good run of 7 yards on the first carry of the ball game for Fletcher Audi, and a good tackle for number 36 for Louisburg, Andy Hupp. He has a D-end on the near side, came from behind to help make that play. Second drive of the ball game for the Panthers. They fumbled on the second play from scrimmage, and now they're in the 7th play of this drive that started back at their own 17-yard line 3 minutes ago. Quarterback keeper, good pull by Williams. Bust outside of the 20, the 15, down the sidelines, back against the grain. He's out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. A good carry there of 19 yards. No, more than that, inside the 4, about 21-yard pickup. They call 19 here. We'll give him that. I think it was more than that, like 20. Oh, it's short of the 5. I guess he's out of bounds at the 5. So 19-yard pickup by Williams, a big one. A great read and a good pull. They took the dive back. He pulled it out of his belly while it was engaged, and it's 1st and goal at the 5. Turn, handoff, Blackie. Good cut back against the grain to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers. That was a beauty, and you got a chance to see it. He saw the hole to the right, cuts back against the grain, takes it to the house, and Giovanni Blackie gets paid on that one right there on the 8th play of the drive. And they go 8 plays, 83 yards. Capped off on a 5-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. And they'll kick the point after attempt. And it will be no good, so it will stay right there at 6-0. Let the Panthers lead it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
.549 to go here in the opening quarter. The Panthers go 8 plays, 83 yards, capped off on a 5-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. Blackie on that drive alone, he had a run of 9, 8, 13, 13, and 5. So 5 of the 8 plays are him, and he got the last one, which counted. The point after attempt, no good, so 6-0. Keep that in the back of your mind. That drive also took over 3 minutes off the clock. And it will be a kickoff here for the Panthers. Ian Hyde kicking it away for Paola. A little pooch kick. Going to be hit. Going to be good field position for Louisburg. And he goes across the 40 on the return, and it will stop there for progress. They will start their own 41-yard line. That short kick by Ian Hyde. Both teams have done that kind of pooch kick. I'm telling you, that cut, that is some pretty nice piece of running by Giovanni Blackie on that touchdown. I will go home and I will go back on this broadcast and I will watch that. That does not happen very often. Shotgun here again for Gutterman. Going to hand off, nope, going to keep it. Good pull. There was a player there, but a nice run by Gutterman as Brock Pitzer escorts him out of bounds and then hits him late, and here comes a penalty. Pitzer, for whatever reason, would not get off of him. I don't know. That was kind of odd because he was easily out of bounds, and then Pitzer just drug him to the ground about 5 yards out of bounds. That's not a good decision there. It's going to end up being a gain of 5 on the run, but then they're going to tack another 15 on with a late hit. Gutterman has touched it on every carry. And so that's from the end of the run. This could put him up to the 40-yard line, 40-39. Talk about a bad penalty. Every penalty is bad, but there are some bad ones, and that was a bad one. And now Louisburg with a head of steam. Some momentum perhaps. 5:35 to go first quarter, down by 6. When you break the huddle 25 yards from where you're at, 20 yards, yeah, you get a pretty good penalty. Got him again in that shotgun. He's got 2 guys up in front of him now. They've had multiple formations. I mean, probably 5 different formations. This is a straight draw. Rogers there, but Gutterman's going to bust outside. He'll be escorted out of bounds again, and he'll be knocked down at around about the 35, maybe 34-yard line. And Jake Carr tied up on the near side. Jake, leading tackler, 50 tackles on the season. They spread it out. A lot of times you'll see a team You show me a team with a guy who's got 100 tackles, I'll show you a team that's probably 500. You know, it just does. Typically, a team with a guy with 100 tackles by week 8 is probably not a very good team. And this is a pretty good team. And so 50 tackles is a lot because they spread it around so well. There's guys with 30 tackles, 25 tackles. It's a pretty democratic defense for Paola. Turn, keeper, Gutterman, cross the 30. He'll be got down close to a first down. And shenanigans happening back behind the play between Daquan Rogers and one of the offensive linemen for Louisburg. And it is going to be enough for a first down. It's a gain of 7 on the run by Gutterman. He is the only guy who has touched the ball in this ball game. He's had a couple incomplete passes. They'll hustle the line of scrimmage. They run out of time. They're going to take a timeout. They do. Louisburg ran out of time. I think with some of the different formation stuff that they're trying to do to try to keep Paola off guard, I think it's kind of causing them some issues, and timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here. Sub-State volleyball tomorrow, as we will not have that for you, unfortunately. But Panthers have a chance, but they've got a pretty tough matchup in the first round. They play Ottawa, a team that they just played on Tuesday. Fell in 5 sets, but they've beat them before. Ottawa 20-13, Paola 18-12. They're the 2 and 3 seed. Chinook's the number 1 seed. And for the life of me, I do not know why. Winning percentage, I'm guessing. They will play the winner of either Iowa or Fort Scott in the first round. But the winner of this sub-state then plays in a quarterfinal tournament before state. So they would have to play against the winner of the District 8 or Sub-State 8, because they're only going to have a 4-team state tournament. A little bit different. Certainly everybody trying to adjust with the times. Fourth play of this drive. Gutterman again, quarterback keep. This is like this is a play calls you would see, and that is talk about democratic tackling. Bassett, Audie, Stanchfield, Carr, pick a number. And they were all involved in that one. No gain on the carry. Gutterman running. It's a lot of formation stuff, but it's quarterback keeps. It's if you show up to any little league football field, you're going to see best player on the field. I get to him, let him run. The quarterback draw stuff. I mean, it happens at college. Last time K-State was relevant at a high level, back 2012, I think it was. Colin Klein. It was straight. Hand it to him, let him pick his spot, and run for 8 yards. It works. This is Gutterman. He'll give it this time. First carry by running back's a good one, and a good run up near the 20-yard line. And handoff for number 23, Justin Collins, senior running back. And a penalty flag is there. It's a holding penalty, though. And Louisburg's had a couple of these that have hurt drives, or hurt the first drive anyways. And a holding penalty will back them up to the 33-yard line. So bring up a second down and 15 for Louisburg. 4:23 to play first quarter. Paola with that 6-point advantage. Missed the point after attempt after a 5-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. Neither team going to get it in a big hurry to run plays deep into play clocks. Shotgun again for good. Oh, this is a new player in there. Going to throw a pass, and it is airborne. I mean, this is Coach Ebenstein. I like that guy a lot. Got to know him a couple of years ago when he was on staff with the Kansas Shrine Bowl, and really good coach. But he is going deep in the Rolodex of play calls. That time the quarterback was 36 Andy Hupp, one of the running backs, who's lined up at wide receiver at times, I believe, in this game already. And he has shown what he's got from a formation and play calling standpoint for sure. Definitely a football first guy. His brain thinks about it, I'm sure, quite a bit. They'll split them out again. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 wide receiver far side. Hupp is that wing to the near side. Shotgun for Gutterman. Pulls it. He is buried in the background. Bassett was there first. Bassett's got his motor full bore right now. Demarius Bassett is running high-octane fuel And he has had a couple of big plays and getting up fired up as a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 17 here for Louisburg. They need to get to the 18-yard line to get a first down from the 35. And only 5 seconds left on the play clock when they break the huddle. 4, 3, 2. They're not going to get this off. They do get it off just in time. Goodness. Gutterman wings it down the field. It is caught. No penalty. Oh. That's tough. Officials was right on top of it. Nick Walker and Isaac Myers in coverage, but it was almost caught. I mean, it could have been caught. He laid out for it. They call pass interference. That bails out the Wildcats. And sometimes good things happen when you put it in the air, but a pass interference call, a tough one against Paola, and this will keep this drive alive most likely for Louisburg. It's not an automatic first down. It's going to be real close to a first down. It's going to be 2 yards shy because, remember, it was 3rd and 17. So a 15-yard penalty moves it to the 20. It's not a first down. It'll bring up 4th down and 2. For the Louis Wildcats, and everybody jumped off sides, including Louisburg. And that's one of their stud players, and Weidenman. And Benjamin Weidenman jumped off sides. That's a rare mistake from a senior with some experience, but it's going to go against the offense typically in that one. The defense came across as well, but if it happens simultaneously, it usually goes against the offense. So some miscues by both teams in this game, and I think you can attribute some of that to the rivalry aspect of it. And these two teams have traded. It's not like I've been a part of some rivalries. When I was at Pittsburgh State, it was always Missouri Southern was a rival. It's not a rivalry if you win for 20 years straight. That's just not. That's not this one. This has not been that way. At different times, they have been state contenders, Louisburg and Paola. They kind of trade that back and forth, which is pretty impressive, only being divided by about 10 miles as the crow flies. Pass out. Does he have the first down? No. Very good open field tackle. A phenomenal open field tackle that they had to make. That is Jack Earlywine making that play at the 20-yard line. So it ends up being a nice completion of about 10 yards. Actually, officially about 5 yards. But it is a turnover on downs with 3:01 to play in this first quarter. So the Panthers will get it at their own 20-yard line. Their last drive went 8 plays, 83 yards. And it was capped off on a 5-yard run by Giovanni Blackie. Now they'll start their own 20 here with 3:01 to go in the first quarter. Everybody to the near side. Barreling forward, stand on his feet, holding penalty coming. And I don't know how you could call, I don't know how you could even see that there was a hold. It was just a massive humanity at the point of attack. But they do see a hold, and they will be against already a very active night in the penalty category. It was a 4-yard run, but it's not going to count, as the hold will back it up from the 20s where they have that right at the mark. So they're going to go all the way back to the 10. And that's where this will start now. It'll be first down and 20 for the Panthers. Fullback is Adi. The tailback is Blackie. Wide receiver far side Robinson. Williams will settle under center. Tied in near side Carr. Williams, turn, handoff. Blackie, not much there. Good play defensively. They've kind of figured that one out a little bit. That was Hupp on the tackle for them.
Tackle number 36, Andy Hupp.
And it's a loss of 1 on the play. Very few negative plays. It was funny doing stats and kind of feeling my way through this to figure out kind of where everybody is statistically. And you'll have total yards and you'll have yards from scrimmage. So you'll have the total yards and then take out all the penalties or take out all the negative plays. And, boy, they're pretty even. I mean, Paola has very few negative plays. Second down and long, 21. Turn, handoff, Blackie. No, pass, play action. Flips it out for Pitzer. He can't hang on. He caught me on the play action. Intended for Pitzer. And it will bring up a 3rd and 21. The ball's actually about the 8-yard line. It's about 22. What do they got drawn up here? This is Coach Dumper's going to have to go deep in his Rolodex. That wide receiver over there. Williams under center. Going to run it. Far side for Pitzer. A little reverse play. Brock trying to break off tackles. He's going to get back some of the yardage, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a gain of about 7 on the run by Brock Pitzer. And pretty conservative play, but in the first quarter of a game, that's a good play. You don't want to take any big risks, give them any more of a boost than they probably already have right now. But it is probably game on here in this one. Williams is the punter. He'll be back at his own about 4-yard line to receive this one. And the quarterback, Gutterman. Oh, shanked kick by Williams. A rare miss by him. And they're fortunate to get anything out of that, up to the 41-yard line. And with 1:20 to play in the first quarter, Louisburg's have very good field position as they will start the Paola 41. And this has been, I don't want to say sloppy. It has been clunky. It's not been real crisp or clean by either team. I think some of that's caused by the other team. I think some is caused by the inner workings of 16 to 17-year-old brains. Wide receiver near side, one to the far side. Shotgun in for Getterman. Nope, that's not Getterman. That's Hupp. Hupp's going to just barrel forward. Big fella rumbling forward. You better tackle that dude low. Jake Carr doesn't care. He'll just go tackle you. And it's a gain of 1 on the play by Hupp. And Brock Pitzer there as well to make a play for the Panthers. We're inside a minute to play here in this first quarter. Second down and 9 for the Wildcats. Shotgun for Getterman. He'll roll near side. Good keeper there. Busts through across the 30. He's got the first down up near the 27-yard line. And it's a gain of about 13 yards on the run by Getterman. And Brackner playing in that linebacker spot. Leighton Moore getting a little more playing time last week, and Brackner just trying to nurse some injuries. Isaac, he is an Iron Man, every sense of the word. He plays guard and at middle linebacker, and that takes a little bit. We'll hustle the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball with about 2 seconds on the play clock. Carr forcing Getterman outside. Pitzer coming downhill. Boy, that was a good play by Brock. He comes with a little bit of speed to get there because that looked like that was going to be a much better play, bigger play for Wildcats, and it ends up only being a gain of 2. Going to bring up a second down and 8 as it stops the clock with 2.9 seconds left in this first quarter at the 25-yard line. The best opportunity of the ball game for the Wildcats thus far to try to get some points on the board. Then we'll be flipping it here after this play to go to the other end. Second down and 8 for the Wildcats. Wide receivers each side. Snap the ball again with 1 second. Quarterback keeper, Getterman. Penalty flag comes down. I think it's going to be 2 guys moving at the snap. He does have the first down, but it's probably not going to matter. It's a gain of about 7, or more than that actually. A gain of about 9 on the play, but I think it's going to come back on the penalty. And it is a legal procedure against the offense. And so it will back them up 5 yards. And instead of second down and 8, it'll be second down and about 13 when they set the ball for play when we start the second quarter. End of 1, Panthers on top 6-0 in the old rivalry game between the Panthers and the Wildcats. Second quarter coming up next right here Or no, they may have one. They're going to have one untimed down? No. What's happening? There's no time on the clock. I was going to break. What are we doing? I thought you had an untimed down on a penalty by the defense, then penalty by the offense. Everything in front. Keeper here for Hupp on the final play of this first quarter. He'll just bounce outside. Another penalty comes in here. Goodness gracious. I think it's going to be, I don't know what that's going to be. Possibly holding. It is against Louisburg. So this was bad. There was a spot foul from the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. So this will back them up to the 37-yard line. So they're going to replay the down. I've seen one. I've seen some untimed downs. I've not seen two back-to-back, but I think that's what they're going to do again. Start the play clock. Second down a long time. The crowd is recognizing the clock is 0. There's Hupp. Little double move. Going to throw it, and that will go out, intended for Getterman. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. What I thought was 2 plays ago is now happening. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Here we go into the second quarter of this one. The Paola Panthers on top of the Louisburg Wildcats by 6. Louisburg has maintained the ball for a little bit. That's a drive start with 1:20 to play in the first quarter. And now here we go into the second. But Louisburg faced with a third and a long. Third down and 20. 2 wide receivers near his side. Getterman is the quarterback. Weideman is to his left. They'll run, reverse, and a little bit of room perhaps. He'll get back some of it, but not going to get enough for a first down up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 7 on the carry. On the run by Connor Vose. And it will bring up a 4th down and 14 up to the 31-yard line. Fourth down and a long way. Straight drop for Getterman. Looking, a little bit of pressure. Now flushed. Now still looking. He lets it fly. Throws it up, in and out of the hands of Jack Earlywine. That guy has been an interception machine, and another turnover on downs. And it will be a turnover on downs here with 11:45 to play in the first half. As Paola will get it back at about the 31-yard line. Really some of the best field position that they've had in this one. We'll see what this drive has in store. The last time they touched it, they did have to punt. They didn't have great field position, had a holding penalty on the first play of the drive, and then just never really got going 3 and out. The time before that, though, they had a nice drive, eight plays, 83 yards. Took up some time as well, over 3 minutes off the clock. Passing here, Williams wants Robinson. Now he'll throw it a check down to Pitzer, and a little bit high and outside, and it will fall incomplete on the plate there to Pitzer. It seems to me, and this is completely conjecture and outside looking in, that both coaches are doing different stuff tonight than what we've seen. I think Coach Dumpert play calling, or the play calling for Paola rather on this side is just a little different than we've seen. A couple of plays here or there that's an odd first down play. They don't do that very often. Trying to keep each other off guard perhaps a little bit, probably because no teams probably know each other better than these two that you'll face each year. And now Paola needs a timeout before the play clock runs dead. Timeout on the field. We will just go ahead and keep it right here as we're running through some of those area scores. Or area matchups tonight. Tonganoxie at Ottawa, number 3 ranked team in Class 4A, Bishop Miege. They're 2-3. Their last game out, they lost against Bishop Carroll down there in the Wichita area. They will take on Shawnee Mission Northwest tonight, a pretty good 6A team at 4-1. Lansing is ranked, has been ranked in the top 5. Their last time out, they lost to Baser. Baser's a pretty good 4-3 team. There's some good. Casey Piper's 4-3. Eudora's 2-5. That's one of the better 2-5 teams I bet you'll find in Class 4A. So that tournament that's going to start next week, I think Paola, if they can get a win here tonight, playing Ottawa, that's probably a good, easy win. But really, not very many other ones. Baser's against Pittsburgh tonight. Lansing's against Platte County, Missouri, who's 7-1. Lansing getting a little bit of. Lansing's played a pretty good schedule at times as well. They went to Pittsburgh. They played Baser. So they're tested. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Williams under center. Toss near side. Blackie cuts back, puts a foot in the ground up near the 40. Still on his feet across 45. What a run by Giovanni Blackie. A run of 18 yards on the run by Blackie. And he is running very well tonight. That was a good cut off that block, coming to the outside, put your foot in the dirt, or the rubber, however you want to put it, and cut it upfield and head north. Wide receiver far side, send Pitzer, flip him. Now the quarterback keep it all the way. Williams across midfield, across the 45, hits the Jets across the 30, now across the 25, up near the 25-yard line. That is a beautiful run of 26 yards. They'll call it 25 as he goes out at the 26. And, boy, he hit a little turbo speed there when he saw that hole. That was straight quarterback keeper all the way. And it moves it up to the 26. The Panthers are driving now. 18 yards and 25 yards respectively on their last 2 plays. Out of bounds, so the clock does stop at 11:10 to play here in the first half. Robinson to the near side. Carr splits out to that far side. Blackie will go in motion. They'll turn, hand it off to Audie, and the big fellow will lean forward for a gain of a couple. They cross the 25 up near the 24-yard line. And Fletcher's the keep him honest running back. He's the guy who, if you fall asleep on that fullback dive, he will make you pay on it, but he's willing to just get those 2 yards and short yardage stuff and do the most with it. Big-time factor on defense as well. Second down and 8 for the Panthers. Williams, keep it again. Dominance on that left side of the offensive line. Fall forward, and it'll be a nice gain of almost 8. But the key to that was that play started at the 24-yard line. The entire left side or the right side of the Wildcat defense was at the 20. I mean, they got shoved 4 yards off the ball as Williams was coming down the line of scrimmage. He was making yardage without having to make any decisions. It's a gain of 7. And I bring up a 3rd down and 1. Williams, handoff, Audie, he's got the first down up near the 10. And it'll be a gain of about 7 yards. On the run by Fletcher Audie. And this will bring up the 7th play of this drive as the Panthers will be looking at 1st and goal from the 9, just inside the 10-yard line. Nose of the ball, the backside of the ball is at the 10. And so 1st and goal for Paola, a drive that started at their own 31-yard line 2 minutes ago exactly right now. At the 11:45 mark. Williams under center. Hand around, this near side. Blackie at the 5. Barrels forward up near the 4, maybe 3-yard line. And We'll see where they mark him out at the 4 at a gain of 6 on the carry by Giovanni Blackie. They had an incomplete pass on the first play from scrimmage. I said that was uncharacteristic, and since then, 6 straight runs. It's more characteristic. 9-11 and counting. Inside the 5-yard line at the 4. 2nd down and goal. Full house backfield. Pitcher's worked in from that wing spot to this inverted wishbone. Diamond set, whatever you want to say. It's also shifted a little bit to the right. Blackie hits the hole in a hurry, falls forward. Is he in? Yes, touchdown. His 2nd of the ball game. A 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. And that is another 8-play drive, this time 69 yards. Capped off at a 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. And with 8:52 to play, the Panthers lead at 12-0 with a point after forthcoming. They're going to go for 2. Try to even up the point after that was missed. Williams rolling. He's got Pitzer in the belly. The 2-point conversion is good. That was well executed. And now with 8:52 to play in the first half, the Panthers lead 14-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
$14-0. 8:52 to play first half. Panthers in front. That was an 8-play, 69-yard drive, capped off at a 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie, his 2nd of the ball game. 2-point pass, 2-point conversion. A pass from Williams to Pitzer was good. And with 8:52 to play in the first half, it's 14-0. The 2 drives they have had have been dominant. Louisburg has had some chances, including a fumble on the 2nd play of the game by Paola they could not take advantage of. They've also had some penalties that have caused some issues on some drives. And Audie going to kick it away now. In replace of Hyde, they've kind of switched those duties back and forth all season long. And he'll boot one up. It's going to be fielded. No, it's going to hit right in front of the return man. That went to kind of no man's land. He's going to have to track it down at the 4. He is going to be lucky to survive, and boy, does more with it than I expected. Somebody went flying it through. It was Caden Ramey with a head of steam. He ended up in the end zone. He was coming so fast. If he had hit number 23 for them on the return was Justin Collins. If Ramey, as big as he is, had hit him at full speed like that, that could have been catastrophic. I don't think Collins realizes how close he was to talking different for most of the rest of his life. And he was lucky to get that one gathered up. And so Louisburg will start at their own 8-yard line with 8:44 to play. This time he'll go under center. This is more of their conventional offense. We have not seen this yet. Weideman outside and not much there. Good play on that backside. Tackle made by Williams running the alley from that safety spot. And it's actually a loss of 1 on the run by Weideman.
2nd down and 11.
Going to bring them 2nd down and 11. This is more of their traditional offense. We have not seen that yet in this ball game. High snap to Getterman, and he'll be escorted out of bounds. And not much there, maybe no gain if they're lucky. And it will bring up a third down. They do give him kind of back to that original line of scrimmage, so maybe a yard on the play. And it'll bring up a third down and 10. From the 8. And Louisburg taking their time. They're so late getting plays in. They have battled through some play clock issues, it seems like, in this one. They've just burnt their last time out of the half, I do believe. And a timeout. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Nothing. 7:57 to play first half. Lewisburg back against the wall. Ball at their own 8-yard line. Started on that kickoff that Audie put down there and hit in front of the return man Collins. Did not field it very clean. Had to track it all the way back. Was lucky not to get gobbled up at the 1. Or maybe 2-yard line. But now they'll spread it out all over the place. Getterman, the quarterback. Wide receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side on 3rd down and 10. Straight drop Getterman. Pressure's going to come. He'll let it fly. He's got his man. He's got him in the end. He can't make the catch. That was pretty well thrown and intended for Vose, but he just can't quite pull it down, and it would have been more than a first down. Garrett Williams ran out of his shoe on the far side. Oh, no, he lost his hand warmer. And it'll bring up a 4th down and now a punting situation. So 3 and out. And it will be a punt. Connor Vose will kick it. And he'll be about 3 or 4 yards inside his own goal line. Nobody back to receive. Panthers might be bringing a little pressure. And they're not going to get there. And he'll get it away. Well, Vose, good kick. It'll take a very good roll for Louisburg all the way up to the 45, near 46-yard line. That was a beautiful punt. You like that? Beautiful. Beautiful punt. And it'll back them. That's where they'll start this drive. Lewisburg's had pretty good field position. They've stopped a couple drives by the Panthers. They've, forced a fumble. Just not quite able to take advantage of those things. They'll start their own 46-yard line here with 7:41 to play in the first half. Down by 14. On a cool, crisp night here in beautiful state of Kansas. 2 wide receivers split to the, Paola taking it here at the 46. They'll have good field position. They have taken advantage of things. Turn around there. Blackie, though, up near the 50-yard line. Gain of about 4. He's had himself some nice runs, big runs, also some touchdown runs here in this one. And why I thought Louisburg was getting the ball back. I lost track of who was punting it away there for a second. Nice punt by Vose. And now Louisburg trying to add to their lead is what they're trying to do here. Robinson will be to the near side. 3 men in the backfield with Blackie, Audie, and Pitzer. Carr, the tight end, to the far side. Williams, run away, wide side. Blackie with a head of steam across the 35. Still on his feet. Ooh, just can't quite keep his footing. If he could, he would have been into the end zone. It's a 25-yard run, though, by Giovanni Blackie. And he's probably over 100 yards already here in this first half, as he has had some beautiful runs. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line here for Paola. They like to run to the short side of the field. And they have everybody on this side, so it's short side, but they have the strong side defense near side because of all the numbers, and then run away from that. Boy, can turn into a big run. Passing, looking, he wants Robinson, throws it toward the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. And a lot of contact. Those there in coverage, and it will fall incomplete. And you talk about those two have hooked up a few times on some beautiful passes this year, have Garrett Williams and Bo Robinson. And their timing has gotten pretty good. That time, Williams let it rip well before Robinson was ready to look this way. He was still kind of just making his break off the route and let it go. 2nd down and 10. Turn, handoff, Blackie, good cut. He's got the first down. Got to break one tackle, and he'll fall down. It's a nice run. Again, penalty flag sits back at the line of scrimmage, so this is likely coming back. It's a run of 13 yards, but it will back him up. And body language of Garrett Williams tells me everything I need to know about that, as it was going to be a first down and close to goal to go, but it will back them up instead. And it's going to be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 20 when they set this down. 2nd down and 19 officially. So holding backs them up, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 19 here for the Panthers at the Louisburg 34. Williams going to pass, rolling, looking, pressure. Lets it fly. Has a good job thrown away, and then a possibly late hit or maybe even a fast horse collar is going to be the call. Personal foul against Louisburg, so bailing the Panthers out. They were going to be looking at 3rd and 19, and because of the mistake on the tackle by Jace Hovey gets called for that one. It's going to give the Panthers an automatic first down after the mark of the penalty. And now Panthers are going to be in business. So back-to-back gifts all the way up to the 19-yard line. So to bring up a 2nd down and 4. It was going to be 3rd down and 19. Instead, a 2nd down and 4. For the Panthers. Well, you can do anything now. This is open the playbook. Williams under center, 3 men in the backfield. That inverted wishbone. They'll turn, hand it off to Blackie, picking his way through, and not much there. He'll fall forward for a gain of a couple, and he'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Blackie with the carry. Tackled short of the line to gain.
A 2-yard gain to bring up a 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Williams, turn, handoff. Boy, it's going to be close. I'm not sure. We'll see what he got. If he gets across the 15, it probably is a first down. Carry by Blackie. They're going to say 4th down. It's going to be just short. 4th down and inches. They'll go for it. Will the Panthers? 5-minute mark. They'll lean forward. It's going to be close, but I think he's got it. And looking at that far side official and the near side official, he should have the first down, and he does. Quarterback keeper there by Williams. And a 1-yard gain's all he needed. It's the 6th play of this drive. We've actually had 8 plays with 2 penalties knocked off a couple plays. But now inside the 15 up to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Trying to take a 3-score lead before halftime. Inside the 5-minute mark here before halftime. Williams under center. Turn, handoff. Blackie is hit at the line of scrimmage. It breaks off of it. Now he's running. Penalty flag's going to come in there. Another penalty flag. These guys must have done laundry this week and got those flags nice and shiny and clean, and boy, they're using them. There's more penalties called the first half of this game. I think there's 2 holding penalties on that. You're only going to assess 1. For Paola, you want the 2nd one because that's a little closer, but that's not going to happen. It's going to be from the furthest back. And so from 1st and 10, it's going to back them up quite a ways. That penalty was actually in the backfield as well, so it's going to be beyond 20. Ugh, this has been
holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Every time. Because of the penalties, turnovers, just some miscues, it has not been very smooth football game. Still entertaining. First and a mile. First and 23. Williams, double move from Robinson. Now they'll check down to Pitzer. He'll catch it, and another penalty flag. Good night. Pitzer, or a Carr, and a defender for Louisburg, whose jersey's so knotted up you can't really see it. Oh, that's a big fella. That's 59, Alec Youngren. And he gets called for that one, so a personal foul penalty. And it'll move it forward after that. Coach wanting Ebenstein in his shorts over there. It's 35 degrees outside. Coach doesn't like it. And the official was explaining to Coach, I saw as I looked up from my paper, why the call was made. And the argument was that Youngren kind of power slammed Carr to the ground. I'm sure the MO is get physical with Carr while he's on offense so he's not as effective on defense. I bet that's part of it. But the 15-yard penalty will make it 1st and 8. You know, your traditional 1st and 8 now, yardage. 4:10 to play first half. Panthers still knocking on the door now. And now, officials. He starts the play clock. Everybody was ready to go anyway. Option near side Blackie. He's got a head of steam across the 10. He's got a blocker out in front as well. He's near the goal line. Is he in? No, they're going to say he's just short. Good blocking on the near side by Brock Pitzer. And he's going to be just shy. I forgot to mark where that ball was after the penalties. I couldn't keep track of everything. It's a run of about 15 yards. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 1. Give him the rock again. Williams, turn. He'll keep it. Walks in. And now he's buried across the goal line. And it'll be the 3rd score. Another touchdown by the Panthers on a 1-yard dive by Garrett Williams. And after I look at all the penalties and everything, trying to figure out how many plays were actually happened. 1, 2, 3. Nine-play drive. And 54 yards. And the point after is good. 3:52 to play in the first half. Panthers lead by 3 scores. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
It's 21-0. You're at halftime, 3:52 to play in the first half. Panthers go 9 plays, 54 yards, capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams. Point after was good. That drive took almost 4 minutes off the clock. Oddie going to kick this one up. It's going to go near side, be fielded at the 29-yard line. And finally knocked out of bounds at about the 38 on the return by Carson Wade. And if Louisburg wants to get back in this one, they're going to have to do it right here. And they got a little bit of work in front of them. They go at the own 39-yard line here with 347 rather. Still plenty of time to run what they want to run. But I'm not sure if tonight they know. I mean, they've done so many different things here in this first half offensively that we'll see how they come out. If they come back and they're more traditional, they don't. Hupp's going to be the quarterback. Kind of a wildcat. Two wings to the far side. Hupp just going to keep it. Trying to bubble out, trying to get to the edge. Demarius Bassett giving chase. And he's going to be lucky to get a yard on that play. Ran about 40 yards, but he only got one as he gets it up to the 40-yard line. And to bring up a second down and 9. Adi, they give him the tackle. Bassett was given chase as well. And Hupp will stay in there at that quarterback spot. Again, double wings to that right side, a tight end to the right side as well. And Hupp just straight draw. Breaks out one tackle. He's got some running room now. Across the 45 and brought down. Good open field tackle. A good one by Nick Walker. He needed to make that tackle. It's a big guy to bring down. And if he doesn't, Hupp's probably still galloping, but it's a run of 7 yards on the carry. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Louisburg as they approach the 3-minute mark of this first half. Getterman's going to check back in at quarterback. Third down and 2. Full house backfield now. Hupp will go under center, and he'll just barrel forward. And he's going to be close to a first down. I don't think he's got it. We're looking right down the barrel on it. I mean, I could not be in a better spot to see this one where they mark this down. And it's whether in front or behind that foot. They're going to, there's no need to measure that. Why would he measure that? Just look at it. It needs to get to the 49. That's where the yardstick's at, and it's not there. This is one of the more arbitrary measurements I've seen. Usually officials can see that. Now, I know it's a far side, and it's the hash mark on the near side, but that was clearly not a first down. I mean, way short. Unless you've got some, I don't know, depth perception issues. I don't know. It'll be 4th and sometimes if the coach asks for that, then they'll give it to him. If they ask for a measurement, rather, I should say. Finish that thought. They'll give them a measurement as a courtesy, and that's probably what happened right there. You got to pick up a first down, though. Oh, they're not going to have it. The defense held. Getterman with it, and that Paola defense gets strong and holds them. I mean, completely buried. Daquan Rogers in there anchoring. They go in there, but he gives a big high five. Brock Pitzer, everybody fired up on that defense. That was awesome. I mean, that's a tough. That was a half a yard, all they needed to get. And it comes up short. What a play by the defense on the run by Getterman as he actually loses a yard on the play. And it will bring up a 1st and goal as they turn it over on downs again. Just about a minute and a half into that drive, a little less. And now Paola, with plenty of time, ball on the Louisburg side of the field. They can take a chance here and run their plays. They've got all 3 timeouts, I believe, as well. Or maybe 2 timeouts. Straight drop. Williams now flushed. Wanted Pitzer. And Garrett's going to throw it and check it down, and he's got his man. He did throw it to Brock Pitzer, or Robinson, rather, underneath, but they say it's incomplete. I thought he maybe made that catch. It's incomplete instead. And so an incomplete pass on the first play intended for Pitzer will bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers, rather, here with 2:23 to play in the first half. Pitzer will be the wide out to the far side. 3 guys in the backfield. Diamond set. Pitcher to the right. Audie to the left. Blackie the tailback. Williams fumbled the snap. then gets it into the belly of Giovanni Blackie, who falls across the 45. It'll be a gain of a couple. They'll give him 2. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers with the ball at the 45-yard line. Halftime show coming your way. We will broadcast the band. We like to showcase them in each home game. Because of a limited crowd, we like to just give them an opportunity to get some airtime as well. People perhaps can't make it out to watch them. And then we'll recap this first half. We'll also have your halftime numbers. Get you set for second half action coming up in just a little bit on the halftime show. 2 wide receivers far side. I formation here. Tailback Blackie. Going to pass it. Little slant underneath and missed Robinson on that pass. That was a pop and go and just a quick one there. I bet you in this game they're averaging about 10 to 15 yards per rush. That may not have been a bad time to run the ball on a 3rd and 8. I mean, they've been picking up chunks of yardage. But instead they pass it incomplete. Doesn't take up much time. They only took less than a minute. Passing game has not been real good here in this one. I'm not sure if they have a completed pass. Maybe one. And now Williams to punt it away. Did not have a good one on his last attempt. This one's a much better kick. Nice little rugby style. It's going to go out of bounds. It should be. It'll probably be down around the 14-yard line. And the white hat was not looking. No. They give him out at the 12. So that's where Louisburg will take over here with 90 seconds to play. In this first half, they'll start at their own 12. We'll see how aggressive Coach Ebenstein decides to be. With deep inside his own territory, down by 3 scores against the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. And you talk about fire. That was one thing. Last week against Eudora, I think Paola was just a little bit flat, and then Eudora took advantage of that. They are anything but flat here tonight. Getterman going to keep it. Trying to bounce out. Audie giving chase. Can't quite get there. Help does come, and it's Garrett Williams that gets him down to the backfield. Audie made him bounce, and Williams made him pay. As it's back inside the 10-yard line, back to the 9. It's a loss of 4 or 3 on the play. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 13. Paola has timeouts. I'm surprised they're not using them to try to stop the clock and maybe get it back and give yourself a chance to put 4 scores on in the half. But I think they might be content to take a 3-score lead into the locker room. We will see. Shotgun for Getterman. Sticks in the belly of his running back, coming near side Collins, and he'll be hit by Pitzer and brought down just shy of the 20-yard line. Good run there by Justin Collins. All the way up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a 3rd and manageable here for Louisburg, but time winding down now, and Louisburg being pretty conservative as well. I mentioned I didn't know how aggressive they would be, but 10 seconds. This probably will be the final play of the first half. I think you throw one up here, though. Doesn't look like that's the case. Will they get one off? 2 seconds, they will. Penalty flag comes down. Not much there. Getterman buried at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a legal procedure. And that should be it. Coach will decline it, and that'll be it. And that's halftime, 21-0. The Panthers lead it here at the halftime break. We'll come back, talk about this half, recap it, get your halftime stats, and a lot more, plus performance by the Panther Marching Band, all that and more. Still to come here on the halftime show. Paola all over Louisburg, 21-0 at the break. We'll talk about it next when we return on the halftime show right here on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Good performance by the Paola dance squad. We're at halftime of this one, the Wildcats and the Panthers. Paola leads it right here at the break, 21-0. DJ Harris along with you at halftime, and we'll let you know how we got to where we are here at the break. Paola would start this drive and start this game as they would have the ball to begin things, so Louisburg will get it coming out of the locker room. 2 plays into it, a fumble on an 8-yard run after an 8-yard run by Garrett Williams, and a fumble made it Louisburg football with 11:08 to play in the opening quarter, but Louisburg unable to do much with it. They eventually punted away. Paola would start at their own 17-yard line after a nice punt with 9:21 to play in the first quarter. They go 8 plays, 83 yards, capped off with a 5-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. The point after attempt was no good with 5:49 to play in the first quarter. It was 6-0. Louisburg would start at their own 41-yard line with 5:42 to play in the first quarter. They go 6 plays, but eventually turn it over on downs at the 3:01 mark. Paola would get it back. They would go a 3-and-out, punt it away. It was a not a great punt by Garrett Williams, would give Louisburg very good field position at the 41 of the minute 20. They would eventually have to turn it over on downs, would Louisburg. Paola would start at their own 31-yard line. They go 8 plays, 69 yards, capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run by Blackie, his second of the first half. A pass completion by Garrett Williams to Brock Pitzer, with 8:52 to play on the 2-point conversion, made it 14-0. Louisburg 3-and-out. Paola would score again, their third of the half. This time a 9-play, 54-yard drive. Scored a 1-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams. The point after was good, and with 3:52 to play in the first half, it was 21-0. A turnover on downs by Louisburg, a punt by Paola, and then run out the clock towards the end of the first half by Louisburg is how we got to where we are here at the break. We turn it over to the Paola Marching Band as we hear their performance here at halftime. And we've got your halftime stats coming your way in just a little bit. We'll look at some scores from around the area as well when we return. Right now, we'll turn it over to the marching band of the Paola Panthers on Paola Sports Live.
1981 for Earth, Wind, and Fire's Let's Groove, before concluding with Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Nice mix there by the Paola Panther Marching Band. Take a quick break. We come back. Halftime stats. Get you ready for second half. Coming up next right here on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Back here at halftime, just a little bit before everybody gets out there to do the 3-minute mandatory warm-up. Promise you stats, a few things to pass along to you from a team perspective right now. Paola with 227 yards rushing on 29 carries, averaging, I said 8 yards, 9 yards a carry. They were averaging 7.83 yards per carry. It's pretty good. They've limited Louisburg to just 61 yards on 21 carries. That's less than 3 yards a carry. The passing game leaving a little bit to be desired. Right now, Garrett Williams, 1 of 7 for 0 yards. That's not good. But on the other side of things, running the football, everybody doing pretty good. Right now, Javani Blackie, 16 carries, 132 yards. He's averaging 8.25 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. 9 carries for 73 yards for Garrett Williams and a touchdown. Brock Pitzer has a carry for 6 yards. Fletcher Audie, 3 carries, 16 yards. Brock Pitzer has that 1 reception for 0 yards as well. On the other side of things, Weston Getterman, 0 for 5. The quarterbacks right now combined 1 of 12. No, more than that, 1 of 14, because Andy Hupp had a couple of passes as well. Weston Getterman on the ground, 10 carries, 28 yards. Justin Collins, 2 carries, 15 yards. Andy Hupp, 6 carries, 12 yards in this one. And again, special thanks to Mr. Hermrich for sharing those statistics for us. Certainly makes the broadcast better and lets us be informed about how things are going down. He also sends me the final stats at the end of the game. I really appreciate his contribution to our broadcast. Halftime stats from around the area, things to update you on. 42-0 at halftime. Tonganoxie taking care of business over at Ottawa. They will stay in that number 1, number 2 spot in the ranking, or in the seedings. Obviously, Paola needs to take care of business here in the second half. They will be the number 1 seed. That is big because of a few reasons. The home team hosts. So if you're number 1, until you're done, you're hosting. And Paola got a chance to see some of that last year, I believe. And I think, sis, what do you think? You want to be here instead of on the road for playoffs? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. And so we'll be thankful for that if we can take care of business here in the second half. Eudora and Spring Hill just up the road. Eudora, a pretty good 2-5 team. I said it. Spring Hill had a 2-week layoff because of quarantine, but back at it last week. Did what they needed to do, but right now down 16-7 in that ball game as it was starting the third quarter. Baser Linwood up on Pittsburgh 20-0. Baser starting to get a little bit of a head of steam. Piper on top of Bonner 23-0. That's all games that are just were created here recently. Those were not on the schedule for this week, but did come up. DeSoto 21-0 over Shawnee Heights at halftime. Bishop Carroll and that game's done. They must have played earlier today all over St. Thomas Aquinas, 35-14, a surprising score there. Bishop Carroll pretty good in the 5A ranks. They are probably one of the favorites to win it. Once again, they've been there several times here of late. Let's kick off here as the Panthers will kick it away to the Wildcats to start this second half. Again, seedings will come out tomorrow. We'll know who we're playing. The way things are looking right now, it's either Labette County or Ottawa. Ottawa's going to lose. Most likely Ottawa back here will be a rematch of week 4, I believe it was. And that was not enjoyable. I mean, we were on our way home by about 9 o'clock because of running clock starting in the second half. But that one probably should start with a running clock at kickoff. Not real competitive. Audie going to kick it away here for Paola. He's going to go from left to right. A little windy. Hear that hitting our crowd mic a little bit. And here's the little pooch kick into no man's land and just goes out of bounds. Boy, that gets a little closer. Isaac Myers will have a chance to get that one, but it's going to be pretty good field position for the Wildcats. And Louisburg was just doing so many different things in that first half, and maybe that's how they are. I haven't watched a lot of film on them. We do cover their channel or cover their team with one of our channels, but haven't had a chance to watch a lot of film. Maybe they do that all the time. I thought they were a little more traditional, a little more of a line up and grind it kind of team, but maybe the matchup here, I wanted to try some different things. It's not that it has been a lack of execution necessarily. Like they're pulling the plays off that they're wanting. They're just not successful, and that's a big testament to the defense that's across from them. It's pretty darn good. Getterman will be at quarterback. He's going to go from that pistol set again with running backs all around him. He'll turn, put it in the belly of Weideman. Weideman trying to catch that outside edge. Puts a foot in the ground. He's got a big run. Weideman, the biggest carry of the ball game for the Wildcats across midfield, as it will be a gain of about 12, 13 yards on the run by Weideman. It will be a nice game. Inside Paola territory. They have not been inside Paola territory very many times here tonight. Getterman puts in the belly of Collins. Collins turns the corner across the 45. Another good run up near the 40. Another first down carry for the Wildcats. And it'll be a gain of about 10, maybe 11 yards. And it will move the chains. And they had 61 yards rushing in the first half. They have 24 yards in the last 2 plays. And they are marching here. They came out a little ahead of steam here in this second half. See if that continues. I can't see the quarterback. I can't see the running backs. Come on now. Snap back, turn, handoff. Another good run by Collins, and he is finally caught by Stanchfield and helped out a little bit by Brackner as well. It looked like it was going to be a nice big old run. It ends up only being a yard on the play. Got to bring up a second down and 9 here for the Wildcats. 21-0. Panthers had 2 8-play drives they scored on, a 9-play drive they scored on. And they'll start on defense here to start the second half. So far, Louisburg much better in the running game than they were in the first half. Wing to the near side, running backs all around to the left and behind Getterman. And a penalty flag comes down as it was.
Down on the field.
An illegal procedure going to be the call against the Wildcats. And it will back them up 5 yards.
Dead ball, false start on
Going to bring up a second down and 14.
With the penalty, it's second down and 14, back at the 41-yard line.
Back up 41. Louisburg also seems to always kind of be behind the gun on the play clock. Hupp going to be in at quarterback this time. He'll do the quarterback keeper. Try to get to the edge, and good low tackle. Coming off a block as well on that side is Garrett Williams. Garrett Williams, he gets a lot of accolades, lots of credit for his play on offense because he should. But his defense is pretty crucial to this team. He runs the alley pretty well as that free safety spot, and he can make a play. I mean, it helps him good size. Williams is giving up some size to him as he picks up 2 yards on the play. But a nice low tackle approach by Williams and brings him down for just a short gain. Up will stand at quarterback on 3rd down and 12. Straight drop, going to throw, looking. Lets it fly. He's got his man through the hands of the intended receiver, who is promptly drilled by Fletcher Audie. And number 25 for them did not fully extended Colby Cattell. And it brings up a 4th down and long, and we'll see what Louisburg, I think he got to go for it. Maybe a quick kick, catch him off guard perhaps, but inside the 40, down by 3 scores, opening drive of the second half. This would be probably one of those times to take a chance, perhaps. We will see. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Hupp in at quarterback. Weideman in the block. Hupp lets it fly. He wants Getterman, and it's incomplete. Never really been a chance, and another turnover on downs. And that's it. Yeah, the 4th coach, Mr. Hines said it, the 4th turnover on downs they've had in this ball game. That defense has held strong when they've needed to. At the 10:06 mark, about 2 minutes into that drive, and Paola's going to get it with pretty good field position. Some of the best field position they've had all day at the 39-yard line. Here with the 10:06 mark. And they won another one of those nice long 8-9 play drives that they've had in this ball game. Do the Panthers for sure. Forgot to tell me to change quarter. It's on me. You're going to bring up a 1st and goal, or 1st and 10 rather, 1st and 10 from the 39. Straight drop, looking, Pitzer, completion, 45, stiff arm. And he'll drag a defender up and got the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 yards. And Robinson making his first catch of the day. And Vo's making the tackle out of bounds. But again, I've said at halftime, Williams was 1 of 7 for no yards. And that first play of the second half for them offensively goes for 11 through the air. Up to midfield at the 50-yard line. I'll bring up a 1st down and 10. First and 10 from the 50. Williams pulls. Good keeper. Puts on the Jets again. Breaks out of a tackle. He's in the open field. Across the 30. Williams across the 20. The 15. The 10. Can he get there? No, he's just short. 2 yards short. A 48-yard run by Garrett Williams. Just gets caught from behind. And it will be 1st and goal from the 2. That was a great read again. He had it in the belly of Fletcher Audie and pulled it while the defender was engaged with Audie. And once he did that, he just cut back against the grain a little bit. And it is 1st and goal from the 2-yard line here for the Wildcats. Or the Panthers, rather. Audie the fullback, only man in the backfield. Send Blackie in motion. Handoff. Audie. Forward. Touchdown. Panthers. A 2-yard run by Fletcher Audie, his first of the night. And just like that, the Panthers are up by 4 scores. That was a 3-play, 61-yard drive. The 48-yarder on it, a big one. And a point after forthcoming here from Ian Hyde. Actually, I think Audie in there kicking it. He will. Straight ahead. Straight through. PAT is good. Fletcher Audie doing all of it. Give him 7 points on that one. And the Panthers lead at 28-0. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
$28-0, 9:42 to play in the third quarter. And Paola goes down on their first time touching it in the first half. They don't take much time at all. 34 seconds on that drive. 3 plays. 48-yard run by Garrett Williams put him at the 2, and Fletcherati did the rest, including the point after attempt, which was good, made it 28-0. And now Louisburg going to get it back, and this is a tough one for Louisburg. What do you do? Down by 4 scores here in the third quarter in your rivalry game. And Paola, much more energy, fired up, and they are putting it to the Wildcats right now. Collins return on the far side. And he'll be dragged down around the 30. This is an area of the Panthers that has really improved throughout the year, has been the kickoff coverage team. That was a weak spot. Remember back to week 1, that was probably the only time Bonner had much success was on the kickoff returns, and that continued into week 2. But they have smoothed that out. And Louisburg will start at their own 31-yard line. Wide receiver near side is Vose. Pistol set for Getterman. Handoff. Weideman coming near side. He's got to bubble out. Nice job by Earlywine stretching that thing to make it go back inside. That's a subtle play that not a lot of people see. And it ends up Brackner and Carr going to get the tackle on that one. But Jack Earlywine's ability to keep outside contain, to keep Weideman from bending that around, stretch Vose out, and just kind of make him work. Still ends up being a 4-yard gain on the play. And a 4-yard gain will bring up second down into 6 for the Wildcats. Wildcats on their last drive had some success. They had a 13-yard carry by Weideman on the first play of the second half, an 11-yard run by Collins. And then things started to slow down a little bit for them, end up turning it over on downs. And now they'll have it second down and 6. They'll shift up across the formation. Keeper from Getterman trying to catch the edge. He'll be close to a first down. I think he's going to be a yard shy. It'll be a gain of 5 on the quarterback keeper. And it'll bring up a third down and 1. One thing I didn't mention in stats, there was 12 penalties in that first half. Both teams about 60 yards of penalties, 120 yards of penalties. It was mind-boggling at times. And a lot of times you'll see, I don't want to jinx it, but I probably will. When you have a bunch of penalties in the first half, you don't see many in the second half. We'll see. I know I'm a jinx, but it happens. We'll see. Hupp and Collins in front of Getterman, just to his right. They'll run that way, trying to get the first down. They do have it in a big hole, a gain of 10 on the carry on the quarterback keeper by Getterman. And needed a yard. He got 11. That was one of the better executed plays by Louisburg, as it was kind of at the point of attack, and they just took it to him. Typically, if it runs where, if the ball has been ran where Paola thinks it's going to go, it has not been real successful. But so far in this drive, that has worked. They've been able to get a little bit of movement up front, a much undersized offensive line compared to that big defensive line for Paola. Getterman, handoff near side, Weideman, and he'll be tripped up. That is a nice play by Jack Earlywine there as he got off the block of Hupp to bend back. Brackner's there as well. It's a gain of a couple. And Pitzer was there to help clean things up, but I like Earlywine's ability to kind of bend that back and flip back and get a hold of him. And it'll bring up a second down and 8. Two wide receivers far side, one to the near side. Collins to the left of Getterman, up just in front to the right. Quarterback keeper breaks one tackle, runs out of another, and finally escorted out of bounds across the 45 rather, up near the 44, maybe 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the play, maybe 4. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Wildcats. This drive started with 9:37 to play, so approaching 3 minutes into it. This will be the 6th play of the drive. 3rd down and 4.
It's 3rd down.
Hupp, Vose, all to that right side. Weideman and the quarterback keeper. He's got the 1st down, and he is hit hard. Ball came loose. Jack Earlywine laid it, and the ball came out. He had the 1st down. It was going to be a nice gain of about 8 yards on the run, but he got stroked by Jack Earlywine, and they fall on top of it. Louisburg lucky to get on it. Getterman up and ready to go. He was kind of tangled up, so he's kind of stood up, but he is dropped, and coach, in his compassion, it makes him run to the sideline to get the play. And it's a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for the Wildcats. One of their better drives. Started their own 31-yard line. And now they keep Getterman on the sideline. And now we'll see what they decide. Paola ends up taking a timeout after the 1st down. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back at 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Hey, I'm Mike Rowe, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Jumped out in front in their ball game and now lead Lebec County 14-6.
28-0.
The midway point of the 3rd quarter.
Paola and Louisburg. Louisburg driving one of their best drives of the ball game. Looking at a 1st down and 10.
Mission Northwest now leads Miege 20-16.
And it will bring up a opportunity for the Louisburg Wildcats. They spread them out, though, all over the place. They'll just flip it to Collins, coming to the near side. Finds a little bit of a hole, crease in that defense. A big run there for Collins. A nice gain of 15 yards on the run.
Number 23 as he comes across the formation. That's Justin Collins.
And 15-yard pickup, one of their biggest runs of, in fact, I think their biggest run of the ball game. And they are knocking on the door now. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Spreading out Paola, perhaps a little bit of a better game plan than just trying to make go mano a mano. They're so big up front, finding some seams by running side to side right now. Handoff. Collins breaks one tackle, not going to break a second as Brackner comes. And also Bassett on that side. It's going to be a big loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's one thing they've been able to not do on this drive is go backwards, as they have been positive plays. They've had an 11-yard run. They've had a 15-yard run on this drive. And that was the first time they've gone negative. This will be the 9th play of this drive. 2nd down and 14. And Getterman standing at the 30. And now a timeout because of the play clock. There's just so much stuff and everything going on. It's tough to get to the line of scrimmage and still run your plays. We'll keep it right here, however. They did have some updated scores. One they've updated a couple times Chanute on top of Lebec County. Lebec County, possibly one of those matchups in week number 1 of the playoffs, although I do think it will end up being Ottawa and a rematch. Time for our Chamber Connection, brought to you by the Paola Chamber of Commerce. Paola Chamber is always working to promote businesses in Paola and the surrounding area. The Paola Chamber of Commerce reminds you to shop local first. To learn more, call 913-294-4336 or visit paolachamber.com. If you needed a reminder that Christmas is right around the corner, how about the weather? That'll remind you pretty quickly. Chance of snow, my daughter told me on Monday. A 70% chance of snow. And then on Tuesday, a 40% chance. Meteorology, I think we need to look into that. 2nd down and 14. They'll fake the flip. Now Getterman going to throw it and never had a chance. Intended for Vose. Will fall incomplete. Stops the clock at 5:05. This drive is more than 4 minutes into it. 4 minutes and 32 seconds into this drive. And if you're Louisburg, if it doesn't come away with points, it's all for naught. It basically helped Paola. It's 3rd down and 14, though. And it will bring up a 3rd and 14. 2 wide receivers far side, including Vose. Now they'll flip a wide receiver to the near side and balance things out. Hupp, a wing back. Looking to pass. Got his man. It's going to be short of a 1st down, but a big pickup on the pitch and catch of about 10 yards. A good strike to Vose. I mentioned his location because it's relevant. It actually ends up being about a gain of 11 on the pitch and catch. And it's 4th down and 2. Well, a long 2. They got 3 on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. They need to get to about the 11. See if they can pick up a 1st down and keep this drive alive. It's been the best of the ball game for them. And a hard count. Did not quite get Paola. Got him to jump, but not jump off sides. Collins going to keep it. He's going to be hit. He's going to be brought down. Brackner, one of the leading tacklers on the team, and none bigger than that one right there on a 4th and short. He loses a couple of yards, and a penalty flag comes out too late. That's going to be a sideline warning against Louisburg. And it's not going to matter. It'll be a turnover on downs. Their 4th or 5th of the ball game. Brackner, a big-time tackle there. And again, that drive took 5 minutes off the clock, but comes away with nothing for Louisburg. And so Paola will have it to start the drive at their own 16-yard line. Here with 4:19 to play in the 3rd. Up by 4 scores. They have been in control of this one mostly from the word go, although a fumble on the second play from scrimmage would not indicate that. But really since that point, they've been in control of this thing. Williams, pump fake, now lets it fly. He wants Robinson down the sidelines, and a little bit early on that throw was Williams. And it will be the number of times they've passed on the first play in this game is much higher than normal. The first play of a drive multiple times in this game. Robinson will be the split out to the near side. 3 seconds on the play clock. Now they'll have to take a timeout. Will the Panthers? Timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on your home for Paola Athletics, Paola Sports Live. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com. Second down and 10 for the Panthers from their own 16-yard line. Taking advantage of yet another turnover on downs by the Wildcats. Right out to the far side. Blackie the tailback. He's got 2 touchdowns in this game and over 100 yards rushing. He'll kick it to him in the open field. Breaks off one. Big gainer. Up. Still on his feet. Up to the 40. Cuts back against the grain at the 45. A better run you will not see tonight in high school football. Another beauty by Giovanni Blackie. A 32-yard run by Giovanni Blackie. Or 32-yard run. And a couple more like that, and he'll be over 200 yards in back-to-back weeks. The only man in the backfield now is Audie. 2 wings. They'll keep it. Williams finds that hole. Big run on first down. It's a gain of 10. Up near the 42-yard line. And we'll see if they give him a first down. It's across that marker, and so they will measure. No, they're going to give it to him. Stop the clock. It was like he was going to measure, and now he'll give it to him. And the Panthers are in business now. And now they'll bring the chains out. He made an indication like he'd give him the first down, but it's going to be close. You should have a pretty good look at it. And it is going to be just short. About 6 inches.
Just short. Second down and inches.
But second down and inches. We'll see if they take another shot. Robinson will be split out to the near side, it looks like, when they let this one rip. So second down and very short. Robinson and Vose have had a pretty good battle going on here on the near side. Number 11 against number 14. The chain's set and we'll go on second and short. Williams. Play action? No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to be close to the first down. I think he's got it. Not much more than that. And he'll eventually fall down. But it's going to be a gain of 1 on the play on the carry by Williams. I thought maybe they'd go over the top perhaps, but more conservative, and I like it. And keep the clock running as well once they move the chains. It'll be up to the 41. And it'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Panthers. They'll wind the clock here. Be inside 3 minutes when this one's done. And not a big rush now. They'll go to the wristbands with 9 seconds on the play clock. Audie the fullback, Blackie the tailback. Turn, handoff, Audie. He'll barrel forward. And tackle by Hupp.
Inside handoff on the dog goes number 25.
And a gain of 4 on the keeper by Audie.
Number 36, Andy Hupp.
We'll bring up a second down and 6.
Gain of 4 brings up
Panthers have scored on long drives, and they had a short drive on the last one. They had a 48-yard run by Williams, which I think put him over 100 yards on the night. And then 2 yards away, Audie punched it in to give them their 4th score of the game. So Blackie with 2 touchdowns, Williams with 1, Audie with 1. Turn, handoff, Giovanni Blackie against in the back of that blocker. Still on his feet, he's running. And he's got to break 1 tackle at the 10, at the 5. Can he get in the end zone? He does! Touchdown! Panthers, Giovanni Blackie, a 37-yard touchdown run.
36-yard gain, good for a Panthers.
And they take 36 here inside, but that will definitely put him over 200 yards on the night. And he ran, and that was well defended at the line of scrimmage, but he just kept behind those blockers. The blockers stayed on their blocks. It kept pushing to the second level, and then when he got to the second level, he was able to break out, broke a couple of arm tackles, and rumbled into the end zone. A beautiful run by Giovanni Blackie, who is having himself another ball game. And the point after was good by Audie. And with 2 minutes exactly on the clock, the Panthers lead at 35-0 over the Wildcats. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Paola High School football on Paola Sports Live.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning means to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Panthers go 6 plays, 84 yards. Capped off at a 36-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Black. He had a 32-yard carry in there as well to chew up those 84 yards in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And a point after was good by Audie. And with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, the Panthers are making a statement here tonight. Audie going to kick this one to the other sideline. It's going to bounce. It'll stay in bounds. It'll be returned by Hupp on that far side. Nope, I believe that's Hupp. No, there's Hupp on the play. And, it's on not by a return by number 20, Carson Wade again. And shenanigans happening on that sideline. I think some of the locals wanted to see something called, but minute 56 is when this drive will start. At the Wildcat 27-yard line. They'll go with Hupp at quarterback. Getterman, the other quarterback, is in the slot to the near side. Those will be the wide receiver to the far side. Weideman just to the right of Hupp. 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll hand it to Weideman. He'll have to bubble out. Early lines there. Help coming from the near side. Linebacker and Brackner. Those two have combined a couple of times. Coach mentioned that in our interview. That he said, if you're a linebacker, this is the kind of game you want to be in. He also called it a 3 aspirin game, which I've never heard that reference before. I think that just means it's physical. I was embarrassed to ask what a 3 aspirin game meant. You should never be embarrassed to ask a question, though. Yeah, you're not. You've been asking questions for a long time. Quarterback keeper by Hupp. And going to be brought down. Audie's there. And the sure tackling, too, from Paola has just been very good. And another loss of the play. This is a loss of about a yard. They're going backwards on this drive. Going to bring up 3rd down and 11. A long 11, maybe 12. And now they're just running the clock. Getterman going to be in at quarterback. 6 seconds on the play clock. Handoff Collins, trying to get to the near side. And the ball's out. That was a good hit, and it's recovered by the Panthers. A good hit, I believe, by Brackner on the near side. I didn't catch who made the hit, but Brock Pitzer comes out of there with a football. And it's going to be Panther football. They force a turnover. It was a decent run by Collins. He's been kind of a spark plug for him. But it ends up being a fumble on the play. And Paola will have it in excellent field position at the 28. That's after the last drive that Louisburg had that ended up turning over on downs, but it was a really good drive for them. This was the opposite. This did not go as planned. And Paola will have it 1st and 10 at the Louisburg 28-yard line. Williams will be under center, I formation. Turn, handoff, Blackie. And he'll be across the 25. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. One of his shortest runs of the night. And his natural vision is developing, and that will be a good one to end this third quarter. 35-0, Paola all over Louisburg. We're back with the fourth quarter next on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible and dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Second down and 7 here for the Panthers. Williams under center, sends Blackie in motion, turns handoff, Audie up the middle. He's got the first down up near the 15-yard line, bursts forward, a gain of 9 on the play, on the run by Fletcher Audie. It'll be a 1st and 10, just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Louisburg came in at 4-3 on the season. They've won some games. Started off winning a close one late against Spring Hill in week number 1. Lost a few, won a few. This one will not be one they want to write home about, I don't believe. Quarterback keeper by Williams trying to catch the edge. And stutter step. He'll walk out of bounds at the 9-yard line after a little shimmy and a little shake. And a nice pickup there for Garrett Williams. Easy yardage, really, of about 8, maybe 7 or 8 yards. We'll give him 7. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Maybe just 6. 2nd down and 4. Second down and 4 from about the 10-yard line. Turn, handoff, Audie, barreling forward. Big fella just using his strength inside the 5 up to the 4-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And a gain of about 6 yards on the run by Fletcher Audie. And the Panthers are knocking on the door. 10:28 to play in the ball game. And the Panthers are knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 4. Williams will go under center. Blackie a wing to the right side, Pitzer a wing to the near side. Fullback is Audie. Send Blackie in motion. Quarterback keeper turns up inside of Audie. Not much there. Good play there by Hupp. He's had quite a few tackles in this one. Good player. Louisburg's got some dudes, that's for sure, on this team, especially up front. Those big guys. Big guys in small numbers scare me. If you're a big dude wearing 36, that means you're big and athletic usually. I'm just saying in smaller numbers, not like a 70. 70 guys, unless you're like Demarius Bassett. you're not usually real fast. But 36, you're big and can move a little bit. And Hupp has proven he's done that. A gain of 2 on the run by Williams. Maybe just a yard. This time he'll get it again. He'll go behind his blockers. He reaches for the end zone. Touchdown. Williams on a 3-yard run. And his 2nd touchdown of the ball game on the ground. And they break 40. Do the Panthers with a point-after attempt forthcoming. That's was a 6-play, 28-yard drive. After the fumble recovery, they take advantage of it. Also took quite a bit of time off the clock since even though it was a short field. Ian Hyde with the point-after attempt. It is up, and it is good. And the score is 42-0 here with 8:42 to play. And the running clock has begun here in Paola for the 3rd or 4th time this season. And this one I did not expect against the Louisburg Wildcats, but that is the case. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Panthers go 6 plays, 28 yards, capped off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams. And that was with about 8 minutes to go. The clock started running and hasn't stopped, so I get a chance to write that one down. Point after attempt was good by, I believe, Audie. And now they'll kick it away. Fielded about the 12-yard line. Center return, brought down across the 30. Up near the 31, that's where the Louisburg Wildcats, tackle made by Leighton Moore for Paola. And so start at their own 31. The clock running under 7 minutes now to play in this, or 36 rather. Have our post-game show. We'll recap the game briefly and let you know kind of a little bit about next week. The seedings will come out tomorrow. We'll know who we play. Again, I think it's Ottawa, possibly Levette County. Paola will be the number 1 seed and host all playoff games as long as they're in it, which is music to my ears. Interception. Going the other way. Down the field. It's Isaac Myers jumping in front of that one. That was a beautiful read and a beautiful pick and a nice return on the play to boot. A little icing on the cake for the Panthers on the first play, an interception by Isaac Myers. And it will be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers, 1st and goal for the Panthers. Actually, it'll be 1st and 10. They're going to say it's 11. Actually, it's going to be a penalty against Louisburg, is hitting in the head. Or a penalty against the Wildcats, rather. I don't care if we play another cat team. I'm getting my cats mixed up. I'm not a cat guy. I don't want to get any hate mail on that, but I'm just not. But I get them. I like the Jungle Cats, actually. It's going to be a after the penalty. We can discuss after we're off the air our cat stuff, okay? I said afterwards. Just inside the 5-yard line. It'd be 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Panthers, and they would have been content. Easy. They would have been content to just probably hit a long drive after it, but now knocking on the door, they'll probably try to put it in here. Turn handoff, Fletcher Audie. Audie driving is going to be held a little bit short of the goal line, about a yard shy. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the run by.
Picked up about 4, and he tackled short of the goal line down to 1.
They give him 4 yards on it.
2nd down.
And it'll be a 4-yard carry. It is 2nd and goal now at the 1-yard line. Williams, Audie. Touchdown. Touchdown, Panthers, and they will break. Almost break half 100. It'll be, we'll see what they do on the point after. Kick the point after attempt to put it at 49. But, man, a dominant performance here. Audie, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. This time from 1 yard out. And another turnover. So back-to-back turnovers by Louisburg. Louisburg has only ran. The point after attempt is up and good by Audie. He's kicking the ball real well. And in the 4th quarter, Louisburg had the ball at their own 27 with 1:56 to play in the 3rd. They ran 3 plays. On the 3rd play, they fumbled. They will get the ball back by the time the running clock is all done and everything on this kickoff. They'll get the ball back with maybe 2 minutes or so, and we'll have touched the ball 4 times in the 4th quarter of this one. And the Panthers have added 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter to go up 49-0. Audie is having a good ball game kicking and rushing as he's got 2 touchdowns in this one. Be watching our Facebook page, facebook.com/Paola Sports Live for updates about our next broadcast. And I even took some time today to kind of peek ahead at the winter sports schedule, which I'm a little bit terrified of. Just how things are going to go with COVID-19 and all the changes and possible quarantines. And across our network, we cover 5 schools, looking at 5 different basketball schedules. And if a wrench gets thrown into things, it can really be kind of hairy. But from early December to late February, 3-month period, we'll do over 100 broadcasts, and that's challenging when you start looking at those kind of numbers. But we'll try to do our best to keep you up to date and informed on how we're going to do things, and wrestling season as well, kind of the challenges that could bring. But Louisburg lacking a little focus right now, and I don't blame them necessarily. Rivalry matchup, and on a kickoff, I think they fell on top of it. But at 2 minutes exactly is when they'll get this ball back to start this drive. Will the Wildcats? They'll start at their own 32-yard line. You know, we're fortunate it's also to be the broadcast home for Tonganoxie Chieftain football, and so and athletics. And boy, I would just love to see that game be the final game of the playoffs. Weideman, big carry here. And boy, you don't want to give up a cheap score here, but looks like they're going to. Weideman, a big carry. And Leighton Moore trapping him down. He can't. He's going to go in, and that's going to give away the goose egg. That's just, that's, I don't know, greedy perhaps to think that you're going to get out here completely scot-free, but ends up being from the 32-yard line. That is a big game. 68-yard touchdown run by Weideman. There goes the goose egg, but it's all for naught. Kickoff for the point after attempt by Lane Riles, forthcoming. Holder is Getterman. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way, and it is going to be good. So Weideman gets some stats here. They probably close to doubling their numbers there rushing-wise on that run. And that'll probably do it. They may not run another play in this ball game. They won't have to if they don't want to. As they get ready to go, I think that's going to do it. So that's a weird way to end a game. I've done a few, and that is an odd way to end a football game on a long touchdown run by the team that's got the running clock going against them. But that's how we'll end it here in this one. Panthers will end, and they will end the regular season. Final score, good sportsmanship there, a little helmet raised to one another. But the number 1 ranked Panthers, who have won 18 of the last 19 games, will be the number 1 seed going into the 4A playoffs. They will host the playoffs here at home, and they will be the favorite. And right now, it was Bishop Miege was getting beat by Shawnee Mission Northwest. Although they played a very tough schedule, you never count Miege out. They are right for the picking. The Paola Panthers have situated themselves in the driver's seat for Class 4A and a chance to will take some steps towards a possible state championship. But it all starts next week when we get the playoffs rolling in week number 1. But they are right now 8-0 on the season, the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A, and they are winners in their rivalry matchup, a 49-7 win over Louisburg. We'll come back and recap it briefly and get out of here for tonight. Again, final score, 49-7. Panthers win it over Louisburg, and you watched it right here on Paola Sports Live. The postgame show starts next on Paola Sports Live. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net.
Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Back out here one last time to Paola Panthers Stadium. B.J. Harris alongside Corinne Harris. We're wrapping things up tonight, 49-7. You kind of see that on the score as the Panthers do move to 8-0 on the season. They'll be the number one seed in Class 4A going into playoffs to begin next week. They'll have that seeding out again tomorrow, and then we'll know for sure who we're playing, but I do think it'll be Ottawa in round number 1. Here's how we got to where we are. Paola Panthers would start this game a lot rockier. Actually, they would start it rocky, and they would actually end it rocky, technically, with a big touchdown run they give up. But everything in between was really good. A fumble on the second play of scrimmage from Garrett Williams would give Louisburg a little bit of a boost, but unable to take advantage of it. They turn it over, punt it away, and Paola would start their second drive of the game at their own 17-yard line. Not great field position with the 9:21 mark of the first quarter, but good drive. 8 plays, 83 yards, capped off on a 5-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. The point after attempt was no good, but with 5:49 to go in the first quarter, the Panthers would have a 6-0 lead. Louisburg would start at their own 41. They'd eventually turn it over on downs. The first of, I think, 5 times they turn it over on downs. Paola, they would have to punt. They would go 3 and out. A holding call on that first play of that drive would put them behind the 8 ball a little bit. Louisburg would put together a decent drive, one of their better in the first half. They would start at the Paola 41-yard line, good field position after not a great punt by Garrett Williams, but they eventually turn it over on downs. Paola then would strike for the second time as they'd start at their own 39-yard line just to start of the second quarter, 11:45 mark. They would go 8 plays and 69 yards, capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie, his second of the ball game. And with 8:52 to play in the first half, the Panthers would lead it 14-0. Louisburg would punt. Paola would get it back and add to the lead again. This time now 9 plays as they started their own 46. 9 plays, 54 yards, capped off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Garrett Williams, his first of what would be 2 rushing touchdowns in the game. 3:52 mark of the first half. It's 21-0. Louisburg turnover on downs again. Paola have to punt. Louisburg would end the first half. We go in to the second half. Louisburg would start the second half with the football. They would eventually turn it over on downs with 10:06 to play in the third. Paola would go 3 plays, 61 yards. A 48-yard run by Garrett Williams would set him up at the 2 on that drive, on the second play of that drive. And Fletcher Audie would punch it in for his first touchdown, 9:42 mark of the third quarter. Point after attempt was good by Fletcher Audie, made it 28-0. Louisburg would start at their own 31-yard line. They would have their best drive of the game as they would start at their own 31. They would drive it down deep inside Panther territory on 11 plays, but eventually turn it over on downs, their 5th time in the game. Paola would start at their own 16-yard line. They would go 6 plays, 84 yards, a 32-yard run by by Giovanni Blackie, and then that was the second play that marched them down the field, but then the cream on top, a 36-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, made it 35-0 on the PAT by Audie. Blackie, second straight week with 200 yards rushing. This time he did it on 19 touches. How about 10.7 yards per carry by Giovanni Blackie? And back-to-back weeks, he's got 419 yards in the last 2 weeks against Eudora and Louisburg. Those aren't patty cakes by any stretch of the imagination. And so having himself a pretty good little stretch here down the stretch of the regular season, and they had a lead 35-0. Louisburg fumbles on the third play of their ensuing drive. Paola takes quick work of that. They go 6 plays, 28 yards, capped off on a 3-yard run by Garrett Williams, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had himself a pretty good night as well. 14 carries, 142 yards, and 10 yards per carry, and then those 2 touchdowns. He had that big, long 48, 49-yarder as well. Those 2 guys carried the rock the most. Fletcher Audie finished the game 9 carries, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The next play, after the Panthers lead at 42-0, the first play from scrimmage by Louisburg, an interception by Isaac Myers. Paola would get it back. They would run it. 2 plays later, punch it in on a run by Fletcher Audie, his second, made it 49-0. And then the last play of the game, the first play of the next drive, a 68-yard run by Weideman, gave them their only score of the ball game on the last play of the game, and that's how we ended with that final score, 49-7. That's going to do it for us here tonight from Paola. Again, we'll let you know where to find us next week. Watch our Facebook page, Paola Sports Live on Facebook, and everything else should be up on Keisha's website, kpreps.com. Some of our friends there. A good place to find information, sports in Kansas as well. Appreciate those guys and appreciate all they do for kids in Kansas high school sports. The Panthers will be the number 1 seed in 4A. They're the number 1 ranked team. Things are good right now in the city of Paola and at Paola High School. We're happy to be a part of it. Final score, 49-7. Panthers win it over Louisburg. You watched it all right here on Paola Sports Live. You've been watching Panther Athletics on Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, and Miami County Dance Movement. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.